Hey guys, today we are going into the oldest Hindu temple in the world called the Gudimallam temple. This is a small temple, but it has many secrets hidden inside. The most interesting is the evidence of secret tunnels which lead you to a large underground area. This was shot inside the dark chambers in this temple, and you can see that this just looks like a regular stone which makes up a wall. But the truth is, it can swing like a door and can open up. This particular opening is a small secret chamber, and it originally had a map of the 9 different passages in this temple which all lead underground. If you look at the temple walls, they all look quite normal, appear to have been made of solid rectangular blocks of granite, and you think there's nothing strange on the other side of the stones. But there are 9 specific stones out of these thousands of stones in the temple which can swing open like doors. These doors are said to lead underground. For example, architecturally, there is no need for all these granite blocks to be set up on top of each other. This is totally unnecessary. Locals claim that one of the blocks here can be opened up and will lead underground to a secret area. Now, what really exists in this underground area? The answer lies in the name of the temple itself. It is called Gudimallam, which literally means underground temple in ancient Indian language. At the ground level, in the center chamber, we can see the main idol of Shiva. This is considered the oldest Hindu idol in the world, and locals believe that the real original Lingam is hidden directly underneath this idol in a large underground area. Now, what is a lingam? A lingam is usually a cylindrical structure standing on a circular base and is worshipped by Hindus. But nobody really knows what the symbol actually means. Some historians and experts are arguing that the cylinder and the round base are symbols of fertility of a man and a woman. Some archaeologists have even gone so far to point out that the top of the statue, the very first idol of Shiva, looks like a phallus, and all other lingams were modeled after this. But I want to point out to something that happened recently. I want you to look at this rocket sent into space called New Shepard recently. Just look at the shape of the rocket. It looks remarkably similar to a phallus because it is aerodynamic in shape. And I want you to just imagine about what would happen if this rocket reaches and lands on another planet which has people who don't have advanced technology. Out of this rocket, an astronaut would come out who would be capable of many things those people would not be capable of. Wouldn't they carve an idol exactly similar to the very first idol of Shiva we see in this temple? Is it possible that Shiva was an extraterrestrial visitor who physically came from a different planet and reached Earth? The ancient Hindu text of Shiva Purana clearly explains that Shiva comes from a planet called Shivaloka. It explains the planet's position in the universe and describes that the planet is beautiful and shines with different objects. Was the lingam really a rocket or a kind of pod using which Shiva came to Earth? Perhaps The answer lies in these sculptures, which specifically show the doors of the pod opening up and Shiva coming out of the structure. Why do all temples dedicated to Shiva show Shiva's arrival on earth as coming out of this cylindrical pod? Take a minute and think about it. Do you really still think that the cylinder, the lingam, is a phallic symbol? Or was it just a space pod which was designed aerodynamically and out of which Shiva emerged thousands of years ago? To cavemen, this would appear like a giant symbol of fertility, and they might have even propagated and even worshipped it as a symbol of fertility. But when we become technologically advanced, we can clearly see what these sculptures and these scriptures really mean. So the Lingam was definitely a spacecraft, and it may have even been a nuclear-powered spacecraft because it is often described as a powerful source of unlimited energy. But there is something much more interesting about the idol itself. It is made of a stone which does not belong to our planet. This stone statue is more than 5 feet tall, and even though Wikipedia mentions that it is made of indigenous stone, it merely says it is a hard, dark brown rock. The priests and other locals confirm that geologists have tried to find out the type of stone and have failed because it does not match with any other stone in the planet. Some experts have even theorized that this stone is actually a meteorite which fell from space. But locals insist that this is a stone brought by Shiva himself from his planet, Shivaloka. Archaeologists and historians reluctantly agree that this is the oldest statue of Shiva, and the conservative estimate of this temple's construction is about 3rd century BC. But locals maintain that this temple is more than 12,000 years old. And there is something really strange about this temple. It has a weird energy around it. Interestingly, even though this is an extremely remote village and it does not get many visitors, and you can see that this is one of the smallest temples I've shown you on my channel, and it does not have any remarkable sculptures or anything. But strangely enough, it is visited by the most prominent Hindu saints, movie stars, and politicians of India. In fact, this is not a recent belief. The various inscriptions on stone tablets in this temple prove that this is a continuing tradition. In the past, many ancient Hindu kings also visited this remote temple. Why? Because it is said to have the original lingam, the actual space pod itself, buried directly underneath the main chamber. And Hindus believe that this underground lingam emits divine energy which radiates positive vibrations. Is this a mere superstition, or does the temple really have an underground lingam? We have already seen how they had employed secret doors made of stones which can swing open. Locals confirm that this secret chamber originally housed a map which showed the location of 9 secret doors, all of which lead underground. And the name of the temple itself is a dead giveaway. The name Gudimallam itself means underground temple. Locals in this area know the location of one of the doors. In this video shot by 2 locals, 2 guys are talking about going into the underground chamber. It is said that touching this weird figure, which is illuminated by sunlight, will open a passage directly underneath in this low-level area. Some even claim that the mechanism only works during daytime, as though it is activated by solar energy. Devotees also worship a window with 9 openings, and it is said the sunlight will pass through the center hole only on equinox. Are all these features mere coincidences, or does Gudimallam have a Lingam, a pod-like device in an underground chamber? Does this temple have 9 secret doors, and is it possible to find these doors and access them? Was Shiva an extraterrestrial god who came from a distant planet? Or was he merely created by human beings as a phallic symbol? Please let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I am Praveen Mohan. Thanks a lot for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and also click on the bell button to get all the updates. Please give this video a thumbs up and do share it with your friends. And I will talk to you soon. Bye.